Okay.
We're live.
Okay. Let me talk. So here we are at the last day of 46, and we're at the Childress, Texas Veterans Memorial, and we are going to read the names here at this memorial, at a very appropriate place. The names we're going to read: 252 heroes we ran for at 46 markers, and the dates that we ran for are November 17th of 2006 to January the 1st of 2007. 252 names today, and we had a little bit of help running from Memphis High School, about 40 runners today from cross country and just all over the school. So very appreciative of them, and we are going to read those names now in Childress, Texas. Well, we were going to read the names, and so it'll take a few minutes here to make sure we've got everything appropriately set up.
You just hit the throat and it more on your head.
We're going to start the names now.
Yeah.
Private Tristan Lee Buttrey, United States Army. Specialist Bradley N. Schilling, United States Army National Guard. Lance Corporal David R. Carroll, United States Marine Corps. Staff Sergeant Joseph Barry McGuire, United States Army. Sergeant Lawrence Martin Carlson, United States Army. Lance Corporal Jeremy S. Schock, United States Marine Corps Reserves. Specialist Robert Michael Asmussen Jr., United States Army. Staff Sergeant Neil Howard Manson, United States Marine Corps. Hospitalman Jared Nagel Knowles, United States Navy. Command Sergeant Major Donovan E. Watts, United States Army. Specialist Eric Vizcaino, United States Army. Sergeant James P. Musset, United States Army. Specialist Marshal Arnold Hagan, United States Army. Petty Officer Second Class Chester K. McKenzie, United States Coast Guard. Corporal Gwendolyn Elizabeth Shoemate Mate, United States Marine Corps. Lance Corporal James R. Davenport, United States Marine Corps. Private First Class Keith Warner, United States Marine Corps. Lance Corporal Joshua C. Alonzo, United States Marine Corps. Sergeant First Class James D. Priestep, United States Army National Guard. Sergeant Nathan J. Budarayan, United States Army National Guard. Private Reese D. Moreno, United States Army. Master Sergeant Victor Denise Carr, United States Army. Private Ryan Philip Alman, United States Army. Private Michael Lars Cassidy, United States Marine Corps. Corporal Nicholas P. Rapavi, United States Marine Corps. Midshipman Charles Benjamin Carr IV, United States Navy. Staff Sergeant Daniel M. Morris, United States Army. Senior Airman Brent Lamar Pearson, United States Air Force. Master Sergeant Sean Angelo Richardson, United States Air Force. Second Lieutenant Scott B. Lundell, United States Army National Guard. Corporal Brian Michael Matthews, United States Marine Corps. Lance Corporal Jeremy D. West, United States Marine Corps. Corporal Michael C. Ledsum, United States Marine Corps. First Lieutenant Benjamin B. Keating, United States Army. Lieutenant James Barry Sayers, United States Army. Lieutenant Gordon Everett Oglesby Jr., United States Army. Captain Jason R. Hamill, United States Army. Private Joshua C. Burrows, United States Army. First Lieutenant David M. Frazier, United States Army. Chief Warrant Officer 4, Alvin Wilkes, United States Army. Chief Warrant Officer 3, Deborah Anata Akret, United States Army. Sergeant Jeanette T. Dunn, United States Army. Lance Corporal Jeffrey Brandon Strickland, United States Marine Corps. Corporal Robert Raymond O'Connor, United States Army. Major Troy L. Gilbert, United States Air Force. Lance Corporal Michael A. Schwarz, United States Marine Corps. Staff Sergeant Michael Allen Shank, United States Army. Specialist Adam Wayne Nix, United States Army. Staff Sergeant Benny Lee Horn, United States Army. Corporal Christopher Edward Mason, United States Army. Corporal John Eric Waddy, United States Army. Tech Sergeant Cynthia Marlene Garcia, United States Air Force. Private First Class Theodore M. West, United States Army. Specialist Christopher Boyd Grimes, United States Army. Specialist Chris Kleinwatcher, United States Army.
Staff Sergeant John L. Hartman Jr., United States Army. Staff Sergeant Jeremy W. Mulhair, United States Army. Senior Airman Mikhail Alexander Strong, United States Air Force. Sergeant Antoine Dante Thurman, United States Marine Corps. Staff Sergeant Robert L. Love Jr., United States Army. Specialist Josiah David Jameson, United States Army. Major Douglas Kenneth Rothenhofer, United States Air Force. Petty Officer 3, Dominic Ojeka Kadiku, Sr., United States Navy. Sergeant Keith E. Viscus, United States Army. Master Sergeant Leroy Robinson, United States Army. Tech Sergeant Carola Claudia Duncan, United States Air Force. Sergeant Corey Nick Bison, United States Army National Guard. Lance Corporal Jesse D. Tillery, United States Marine Corps. Airman Michael Ty Boswell, United States Navy. Specialist Kenneth W. Haynes, United States Army. Captain Sean L. English, United States Army. Corporal Billy B. Ferris, United States Army. Private Troy D. Cooper, United States Army. Captain Kermit O. Evans, United States Air Force. Corporal Joshua C. Strickland, United States Marine Corps. Major Joseph Train McLeod, United States Marine Corps. Sergeant Dustin M. Atkins, United States Army. Sergeant J. R. Guthru, United States Army. Private First Class Albert M. Nelson, United States Army. Private Ross A. McGinnis, United States Army. Private First Class Roger A. Suarez Gonzalez, United States Army. Airman First Class Garrett Ron Webb, United States Air Force. Sergeant Nicholas D. Turcott, United States Army National Guard. Lance Corporal Thomas P. Eccles, United States Marine Corps. Hospitalman Christopher A. Anderson, United States Navy. Specialist Jordan W. Hess, United States Army. Sergeant Marco L. Miller, United States Army. Sergeant Michael Ronald Hamill, United States Army. Staff Sergeant Christopher Paul Hamron, United States Army. Sergeant Yevgeny Rindish, United States Army. Sergeant Jesse J.J. Castro, United States Army. Sergeant Joshua B. Madden, United States Army. Captain Travis L. Patriquin, United States Army. Corporal Jason Huffman, United States Army. Specialist Nicholas R. Gibbs, United States Army. Private First Class Travis C. Crage, United States Army. Specialist Vincent J. Palmonte III, United States Army. Specialist Yari Mokri, United States Army. Lance Corporal Cody G. Watson, United States Marine Corps. Corporal Dustin J. Libby, United States Marine Corps. Major Megan N. McClone, United States Marine Corps Reserve. Specialist Micah S. Gifford, United States Army. Staff Sergeant Christopher R. Carasso, United States Army. Staff Sergeant Henry W. Link, United States Army. Lance Corporal Brent E. Beeler, United States Marine Corps Reserves. Fireman Jack Bernard Valentine, United States Navy. Specialist Jennifer Renee Neal, United States Army. Master Sergeant Gina Mercedes Matt, United States Air Force. Senior Chief Petty Officer Gilberto Gordills, Jr., United States Navy. Sergeant David Franklin Moore, United States Army. Sergeant First Class Clarence Felix Chapman, United States Army. Sergeant Rocky Joe Bordelon, Jr., United States Army. Staff Sergeant John Albert Burkett, Jr., United States Army. Private Jason James Beard, United States Marine Corps. First Lieutenant Nathan M. Krisoff, United States Marine Corps. Petty Officer 1 Yvonne Douglas Landrum, United States Navy. Specialist Nicholas P. Steinbacher, United States Army. Sergeant Brennan C. Gibson, United States Army. Specialist Philip C. Ford, United States Army. Private First Class Sean M. Murphy, United States Army. Staff Sergeant Thomas W. Clement, United States Army National Guard.
Petty Officer 1 Gerardo Martinez, United States Navy. Chief Petty Officer Marco Antonio Martinez, United States Navy. Staff Sergeant Benjamin Alonzo Dabney, United States Air Force. Master Sergeant Brian McNulty, United States Marine Corps. Lance Corporal Bud M. Cote, United States Marine Corps. Lance Corporal Clinton J. Miller, United States Marine Corps. Corporal Matthew V. Dillon, United States Marine Corps. Chief Petty Officer Gregory Michael Blosser, United States Navy. Specialist William Walter Jefferson, United States Army. Sergeant Brent W. Dunkelberger, United States Army. Major Gloria D. Davis, United States Army. Airman First Class Nathan Curtis Tuttle, United States Air Force. Private First Class Anthony Wayne Hudgens, United States Marine Corps. First Lieutenant Jamin Buchanan Wilson, United States Air Force. Staff Sergeant Theodore A. Spadle, United States Army National Guard. Lance Corporal Matthew W. Clark, United States Marine Corps. Lance Corporal Luke C. Yepsen, United States Marine Corps. Staff Sergeant Henry K. Kahalewe, United States Army. Private First Class Paul Valence, Jr., United States Army. Specialist Joseph Edgar Fanuth, II, United States Army. Airman Rudolph Orlando Ross, United States Navy. Sergeant First Class Edward W. Nelson, United States Army. Sergeant Michael Tommy Hinote, United States Army. Sergeant First Class Gary Patterson Keziah Jr., United States Army. Staff Sergeant David R. Stats, United States Army. Specialist Matthew J. Sandy, United States Army. Private First Class Joe L. Baines, United States Army. Specialist Joshua Michael McHugh, United States Army. Corporal Michael Anthony Dujagomo, United States Marine Corps. Private First Class James Daniel Richards, United States Marine Corps. Lance Corporal Nicholas James Palmer, United States Marine Corps. Lieutenant Thomas Francis Mooney, Lieutenant Thomas Francis Mooney III, United States Navy. Petty Officer 2 Jeffrey Patton Blish, United States Navy. Specialist John Henry Sitta. Specialist John Henry Sitta, United States Army. Private First Class Seth M. Stanton, United States Army. Private First Class Claude Carter Hahn, United States Army. Private First Class Lam Ho, United States Air Force. Petty Officer 3 Cornelius Keith Davis, United States Navy. Staff Sergeant Brian L. Minslav, United States Army. Sergeant Vincent Luis Rossi, United States Army. Corporal Kenneth Morris, United States Marine Corps. Captain Kevin M. Christ, United States Marine Corps. Staff Sergeant Aaron Paul Ocean, United States Army. Sergeant Robert Scott Epic, United States Army. Specialist Andrew P. Dahl, United States Army. Corporal Joshua D. Pickard, United States Marine Corps. Specialist Philip Frederick Rubel, United States Army. Staff Sergeant Jacob G. McMillan, United States Army. Sergeant Scott D. Dykeman, United States Army. Specialist Robert J. Volker, United States Army. Lance Corporal Miles Cody Sebastian, United States Marine Corps. Chief Warrant Officer 2, Patrick Jerome Page, United States Army. Chief Warrant Officer 2, James Eric Whitehead, United States Army. Sergeant Thomas Lee Clarkston Jr., United States Army. Lance Corporal Fernando S. Tamayo, United States Marine Corps. Lance Corporal Ryan L. Mahan, United States Marine Corps. Lance Corporal Ryan J. Burgess, United States Marine Corps. Petty Officer 2, Tiana Nadine Reyes, United States Navy. Hospitalman Kyle A. Nolan, United States Navy. Specialist Joshua D. Shepard, United States Army. Staff Sergeant Patrick DeBose, United States Army. Specialist Adam Daniel Ostfield, United States Army. Private Second Class Kirk Wayne Ballard, United States Army. Private Quentin Dennis Freeman, United States Army. Specialist Elias Elias, United States Army. Private Bobby Majaya II, United States Army. Sergeant Curtis L. Norris, United States Army.
Corporal John Barta, United States Army. Staff Sergeant Curtis North, United States Army. Specialist Michael J. Crutchfield, United States Army. Master Sergeant Scott Gervais Tussler, United States Air Force. Major David Joseph Speltz, United States Air Force. Sergeant Chad J. Volmer, United States Army National Guard. Private First Class Wilson A. Algrim, United States Army National Guard. Corporal Tyler Steele Ledig, United States Marine Corps. Master Sergeant James Frederick Schroeder, United States Marine Corps. Staff Sergeant Stephen Wayne Mercier, United States Army. Master Sergeant Hafiz Paula Michaela, Jr., United States Army. Sergeant Lawrence Torrey Britton, United States Army. Private Jermaine Devon Moore, United States Army. Private Evan A. Bixler, United States Army. Private First Class Maxwell Vaughn Pittman, United States Marine Corps. Lance Corporal Stephen L. Morris, United States Marine Corps. Petty Officer Third Class David Donald Morley Jr., United States Navy. Specialist Javier Urasquita, United States Army. Captain Hayes Clayton, United States Army. Sergeant First Class Dexter E. Willis, United States Army. Sergeant Jason C. Denford, United States Army. Sergeant J. S. Boone, United States Army. Specialist Aaron L. Preston, United States Army. Private First Class Andrew H. Nelson, United States Army. Private Eric R. Wilkes, United States Army. Private First Class Soto No Ivan Avils, United States Marine Corps. Specialist Joseph A. Strong, United States Army. Specialist Douglas Logan Tinsley, United States Army. Sergeant John T. Bubbick, United States Army. Private Jared William Hall, United States Marine Corps. Corporal Joshua M. Schmitz, United States Marine Corps. Private Clinton T. McCormick, United States Army. Sergeant Christopher P. Messer, United States Army. Private First Class Nathaniel A. Gibbon, United States Army. Sergeant Edward W. Schaefer, United States Army. Lance Corporal William C. Comprin Sr., United States Marine Corps. Seaman Ronald Odo Harnish, United States Navy. Specialist Dustin R. Danica, United States Army. Sergeant First Class Roman Heriberto Cordero, United States Army. Airman First Class William Dustin Pierce, United States Air Force. Sergeant Aaron C. Blum, United States Marine Corps. Corporal Christopher E. Eccleston, United States Marine Corps Reserves. Lance Corporal Nicholas A. Miller, United States Marine Corps Reserves. Lance Corporal William D. Spencer, United States Marine Corps Reserves. Sergeant Sean Michael Lovett, United States Army. Private Craig Allen Georgia, United States Army. Private First Class David Eugene Dietrich, United States Army. Sergeant Lawrence J. Carter, United States Army. Private First Class William R. Newgard, United States Army. Airman Jacoby Eugene Morton, United States Navy. Senior Chief Petty Officer Thomas Kern Higgins, United States Navy. Petty Officer Second Class Michael James Holtz, United States Navy. Hospitalman Stephanie Lynn Benitez, United States Navy. Specialist Joseph Andrew Medeiros Jr., United States Army. Private First Class Alan R. Blum, United States Army. Corporal Jonathan E. Schiller, United States Army. Seaman Sandra S. Grant, United States Navy. Specialist Jason Michael Walker, United States Army. Private 2 Tyler Lee Ennis, United States Army. Sergeant First Class Angel Louis Marrero, United States Army. Sergeant Thomas E. Van Vliet, Jr., United States Army Reserve. Corporal Alan Michael Herbert, United States Marine Corps. Commander Gary Edward Petrol, United States Navy.
So that was 252 names that we ran for 46 dates of death. That's all that was. 46 unique dates of death. 252 heroes. And they died between November 18th of 06 and January 1st of 07. That many in that short a period of time. So we're running 1 mile for every unique date of death. And at whatever time span that covers and whatever we can do in a day is what we accomplished today. And so that was our mileage and our number of heroes that we ran for. And we're going to close it, but one of the things, and I know there's a few of you here, but one of the things that I like to do is, if you know of anybody who gave their life, that maybe somebody you served with, your neighbor, a friend, a relative, it doesn't matter. If you wanted to say their name before we close, now would be the time to do it. Do you know of anyone that? No? Either of you guys? No. Then we're just going to have a few seconds of silence, and then we'll close. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, gentlemen.